Good evening, everybody. We've been playing through the Master of Nyarlathotep. We are probably going to be doing a fairly short session tonight. But let's get started with Joey. Do you want to give us a short intro to your character?
Hello, I am Connor Leon, and it's got an engine, I can run it, and I can fix it.
And Bri?
Bri, I'm playing Bernadette Brandt, who runs a moonshine business and is the best person in this party with guns. Somehow.
Terry is on the phone. He plays James, the intellectual and medic of the group. We've got Travis.
Hello. It is me. I'm playing Oswald Victor Oswald. And I am the dude. I'm the Mayor Duell. Yes. I'm a vigilante.
And I am Andrew. I'm running the game. We left off last week with after a bit more investigation, Birdie went and had her interview at the New York Times, learned a little bit more about Hilton Adams, the man who has been condemned for the string of occult murders in New York City. Rebecca Schossenberg, the reporter at the New York Times, convinced her to talk to Millie Adams, the wife of the man who is currently sitting on death row for those murders. During the conversation, Victor and Connor both kind of noticed a young man lurking in the background, paying a bit more attention to the conversation than they felt was warranted. When Victor confronted him and he took him out onto the street, the young man dashed off into the night, screaming for help. And we're going to open up this week with a bit of a chase.
It's music. Activate.
Yeah, that was the wrong button. We've got better chase music coming up now.
That's fine. When I pointed, it shot, so...
So it is mid-afternoon. You are in Harlem. As you step out the door, he is already... he dashed as soon as you came outside. Now, you have better constitution. You rolled incredibly well. You are going to have 3 actions on every turn. He only gets 1.
Okay.
But as you come out of the door, he has managed to work his way through a crowd and is dashing off down the street. And you're going to have to let me know how you intend to get through this crowd. All of which, he's running down the street screaming for help. The crowd around the front of the theater is looking in your direction. And you're going to have to find some way through them. Now, they have not moved to, grab you or anything yet.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna yell, thief! And I'm just gonna, wiggle my way through this crowd.
Okay. Are you trying to convince them through yelling that they should get out of your way, or are you trying to weave your way through the crowd by being slippery?
I'm gonna weave my way through the crowd because I have complete faith that these people aren't gonna want any of this smoke. You can't see me right now.
Okay.
That's how smoky I am.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like a dodge roll to me.
Okay. Let's do some dodging.
Now, the
I'm gonna
good
spend
news,
some luck on this.
That's I'm gonna be honest, that's funny.
That's really funny.
that's a lot of luck.
I don't. It is, but
He's figured out how to go and counter your cheats. No more low rolls.
Okay, well, with that luck spend, you're going to get through the crowd without being slowed down. And now you're coming up on a. He has run down an alley, and is in the process of climbing down the other side of a fence. What's the finger for?
He's trying to get his camera to focus.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Victor's lost focus.
I thought you
it's
were asking
white.
for something.
No. You can
Why
hardly
he
see
rolled
my
so
face. So he's climbing down some stairs.
He is on the opposite side of the fence, climbing down the fence. So he's kind of clambered up over a fence and is clambering down the other side.
I'm gonna jump the fence.
Okay, this is a I'm gonna say like a 5-foot fence. So if you're going to jump it, it's going to be hard.
You know what? I'll climb it if that's okay.
I don't think we got anything you said right there.
I think you said it's okay. Either
I'm
way, I
sorry.
would have failed.
Sorry about that. I muted. Climbing is regular
Oh, good.
difficulty, but yeah. so
It don't
you-
matter.
Yeah, you run up, you jump onto the fence, and you start trying to clamber up, and you find that your feet are just like scrabbling at the boards.
Hey, I just want to talk. You're making this a difficult choice right now, man.
I am afraid that you're not going to like. He's on the other side of the fence.
This is for me.
Okay.
I'm still on the other side of the fence, right?
You are still. If you want to be, you can still be hanging on to it with your feet scrabbling, but you're not able to get over the top. And you still have one action on this turn. So you can either try again on climbing, or you can try a different idea.
Is there like?
You're in an alley, so there's going to be a couple trash cans around. There'll be a fire escape on one side of the wall. Trash. If there's something you think should be there, there's a good chance it is.
You know, how about a dumpster? I'm just gonna push a dumpster closer.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Strength.
Well, it's on wheels. So I'm going to say if you want to take the time, if you want to spend an action just shoving the dumpster over there, then on your next turn, it's not going to count as a barrier to you anymore. You'll be able to just use an action to
You know what?
climb
That's
over.
fine. I have an idea.
Okay. So you pause for a moment and shove the dumpster over against the fence?
Yep.
Okay. And the youth is just going to continue running down the street. You're going to see him... At the end of the alley is a busy road. And I'm going to give him a roll to see how well he handles it.
Fail, 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 fail.
I mean, my rolls have been real trash right now. There's something in the way. Busy street. What are your intentions?
This is interesting.
I like that.
This is
Did he
fun.
crit
I
fail?
like this. You tried to negotiate the hazard. He
Ooh.
failed!
He feels bad. Okay, yeah, that's a little more automated than I realized. I'm going to give him... so he's going to dodge through the traffic and get clipped by a car. I'm going to give him a D10 of damage. D10 might be excessive, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Alright. Are we back to me?
Yeah, go for it.
Please tell me he got hit by a car.
Alright.
He got clipped by a car
He got
pretty
caught.
bad. So you see, like, he grabs onto his hip and he's limping along now on the other side of the street.
I roll climb again, correct?
You just spend an action and move this turn. You spend an action and move the dumpster over, so now you can just climb up and over.
Alright, he seems injured and he's just hobbling now, right?
Yeah, but he is on the other side of a busy street.
Can I sneak my way over there? You know? He thinks he might have, like, left me behind. I'm actually in the shadows.
That's going to make you more likely to get hit, I think. I'm not sure what you're going for.
I don't really care if I get hit. I'm trying to draw less attention to myself, though. The goal is to tail. I'm trying to tail him at this point.
Okay,
So,
you want him to think that he's lost you, and you're going to tail him back to wherever he's going? Is that right?
I have to think. Give me a second. You know, it's fuck. Screw it. I'm just gonna follow behind. Original thought was going to be like to see what he's doing, but I'm just gonna follow suit.
Okay. Oh, okay, now I know how I did it. There we go. Alright. Now you should have... Now you should have a little thing there. Do you have anything you can select on in the roll window?
I don't see any rolled window.
Okay. I mean in the chat window.
No.
I'm not sure how it looks from your side. Okay.
It looks the same as it was for the Jackson Ellis. Jackson Ellis.
Why did it select Jackson Elias?
Because it was
What the heck?
default, maybe?
I'm pretty sure it should be selecting Victor. Okay. I'll have to figure out how this works later. You can just make a dodge roll.
Difficulty?
Regular difficulty. That's all the fleeing man had. Yeah, no problem. So you are now on the same side of the street as him. Pretty much caught up to him. Do you want to try to tackle him, or do you want to, like you said, sneak? Do you want to like act like you lost him?
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna walk up to him and like, hey, you try to get away. You did a good job. I'm not gonna hurt you. You already hurt yourself. Let's take a second and look at this.
Okay, if you want to like grab his arm, I'm going to call that a combat maneuver. That's going to mean rolling a brawl against him.
A brawl?
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
You don't have to do damage from it, but go ahead, target him, and roll brawl with your unarmed attack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rolls.
Your rolls go one way or the other. So, I'm going to suggest that as you reach out and grab him, you grab the back of his coat. He just shrugs out of it and keeps going. You're still in position. You can try to push the roll by going harder, like doing something stronger at him, or you can let this chase continue.
Is he limping, like, hardly able to keep himself up?
He is limping like he's probably not going to be gone for too much longer. But he's not about to fall down. He looks like he got hit pretty hard in the head by a car.
Man, you're hardly able to stand up. Just sit down. I'll help you out. I know a doctor. Everything will be alright. Okay? I'm trying to talk him out of this. I just had a few questions to ask you, and you blew this out of proportion. You hurt yourself by doing this. I imagine I'm still like walking up, like right next to this man.
Yeah, there's
Humans are stamina-based predators.
all right. You want to? Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna end up leaning up against a wall then. That was the wrong button. I mean, you're right next to him. It's probably foolish for him to just kind of keep trying to run away while you're standing right there. So he's going to lean up against the wall and stick his hand in his pocket and say, "You better leave me alone. I know people. I know important people."
Listen, kid. Those people aren't here with you right now. I just wanted to talk. And now I've gotten a few answers. I can't just leave you alone now. If you think you're faster with a gun than me, like, you could try it. I'm just gonna deadpan look at him and through, like, I'm gonna stare right through his eyes like I've seen some stuff.
This is called a bluff.
Well,
This isn't a bluff.
Yeah, have you met this character before? This is not a bluff. This is an intimidate.
Yeah.
In this case, he's gonna take it as a bluff.
I'm gonna spend 3.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll, you say that, you see his hand in his pocket start moving, and then that luck spend is going to be you, like, moving your jacket aside to show where your shotgun is, and he'll stop.
Is there a crowd forming around us at all?
There are people walking down the street around you.
I'm gonna make a point to like, hey son, let's go get you looked at. I'm offering my hand. I'm gonna be real nice about it.
Don't you touch me, man. Don't you touch me. You better get out of here and leave me alone.
Who are your friends?
That's not something you, well, no, you do need to worry about that.
Exactly.
But I'm not telling
If you're
you
gonna
anything.
use a threat, if you're gonna use a threat like that, you have to back it up. Who are your friends?
He's starting to look around again. He's realizing that he's kind of alone here.
Listen, I didn't want any problem. I felt like something was off, and like I might have threatened you a little too much. I admit that. But right now, we can be civilized. How old are you, son? What's your name?
He said, he's looking like he's starting to look scared. He's looking around at the crowd, realizing that he can't get away through them. He's looking at you. You've got a shotgun standing in front of him. And then he's going to, let's see.
I didn't pull out the shotgun at all, though.
Right. He is going to. He's going to try to make an action real quick. He's going to make a. Let's have each of you make a dex roll.
Okay.
Just a regular dex roll. Okay. He leans forward into you. As he's pulling a dagger out of his pocket. And he tries to stab himself with it. Now you're faster than him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell me what you do, but he is like leaping towards you and trying to stab himself at the same time.
You know what? I think I got something dramatic, right? So he's trying to like, where is he trying to stab himself? Like the neck, somewhere blatantly dangerous.
Like across the gut.
You know what? Okay. This is what I'm gonna do.
You will recognize that he is most likely trying to make it look like you murdered him.
He's taking the knife and plunging it towards himself. I'm gonna reach out my hand, like, and grab the knife itself. You know, just like, hold on now. You know, hand grip tight around the blade. You don't have to die. I'm a good person, right? If you're in danger, I can help you. I'm not even gonna flinch at the, like, pain or anything, you know.
Yeah, you're grabbing the blade?
Yeah, I'm grabbing the blade. I'll take, like, some damage, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, take a d4.
Okay.
The problem is he's very clearly not interested in helping you out at all.
Okay, so he's showing no...
Yeah, he's not coming away with you willingly. You're going to have to make a decision whether you let him go or if you try to take him somewhere by force.
Can I rip the knife out of his hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just, like, fling it away.
Yeah, so you fling a bloody knife down the street, blood flies off your hand, spatters a few passersby. So now people are, like, there was already a little bit of people glancing at you as you walk by, but now somebody screams.
I'm gonna pick this man up. There's mafias this time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna pick him up. Son, I'm disappointed with the people you hang out with. We're going home now. And I'm making a point like people are like, you know, I'm obviously older than this gentleman, right?
You are older, yeah.
I'm going to be dragging him with me. And like I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna make my way my way to our car, basically.
Okay,
I was gonna say,
are you trying to bring the mafia into this somehow?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make it so then people are like, oh, mafia stuff. Don't want to deal with that. I'm making it seem like he's going into the wrong crowd, and like I'm dragging him back home, and not like some random stranger that I just met today.
Okay. Yeah, I would say if you want to do that, just walking down the street carrying this young man, you could use either a fast talk or an acting roll.
Oh God!
Wrong character.
I didn't have that.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, people. You can hear people start calling out for the police as you're carrying him down the street, and before before you get very far, a couple of uniformed policemen turn up. They look at you. Do you see you crossed your shoulder?
Hmm?
How did you pick the kid up?
Yeah, you know what? Fireman style.
Okay, yeah, so you throw him back over your shoulder. There's blood dripping off of your hand onto the street. The police walk up. And they say, all right, what's going on here? Did this kid steal your wallet? What? Were you planning to take him?
Before we continue, I think we should jump back to whatever happened at the.
No, I think we should figure this out.
Okay.
No, this is you right now.
You do not have time to think of a lie.
So they asked what's happening?
Yeah. They're asking, did this kid take your wallet? What happened to your hand?
He's trying to stab himself, but I caught the blade. Knife's back there. This kid... I just wanted to ask him a few questions. I'm gonna tell them the truth. We're doing some investigational work, and it led to the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it led to the theater, and then the kid just bolted it when I went to go ask him a few questions.
Oh, you have a license. You have a PI's license?
Hey, Fluffy. You don't need a license. You just need to know. You just need to be working under someone that has a license.
We don't have someone. I didn't even know that I needed a license.
All right.
Sorry. It's just a fun legal fact.
Tell you what. You give me your name. Give me a statement. We'll take care of this. We'll take this kid off your hands here.
I have a few questions I need to ask him.
Yeah. You come down to the station with your license, and you can have some time to talk with him.
God. I don't trust these people.
You can roll psychology.
I'd like to do a. Can I get a? I want to get a surveillance of like the area if I try to book it right now.
You are probably not going to be able to outrun the two policemen with the kid on your shoulder.
Okay.
If you had really great constitution and strength, but I know your strength's not great.
Got them noodle arms.
God,
You said you were going to take the kid in under what? For assaulting me? I'll hold up my bloody hand.
Yeah, you gave
That's
us a
only if I
statement
press-
here. I need to know your name. And
You know what? I will put the. I'll put the kid down.
Mm-hmm.
Is he trying to run or anything?
No, he just kind of collapses back against the wall, and he's holding his hip. He knows to clam up in the presence of police officers.
I'm gonna look at the kid. So you want to go to jail? I'm asking him because, like, I have to.
He just stares at you.
And he didn't assault you. You just caught the knife that was meant for him.
They don't know that.
You did tell
Yeah.
him that, but
Oh, wait.
Well, they're gonna still take it as.
Oh,
but
I did.
yeah.
I did.
most likely, like, there was a fight between a white man and a black man in New York in the 1920s. Most likely, he's the one who's in trouble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They can only press charges if I give them a statement. We can
No.
either talk about it.
No,
They
you gave
can't?
them a statement. They need to know
I
your
gave 'em
name, but you told them what happened.
Yeah, but don't I still have to press charges? He
Nope.
assaulted me.
No,
I
the
don't know
DA
law,
does that.
so
No, the district attorney will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time period, you don't need to do nothing to get this guy arrested.
They want your name and a place to contact you. And then they're going to make this whole problem go away for you.
yeah, that's the thing I don't want. Listen, kid. I don't want any problems.
Please say. The officer is going to tell you.
I don't know what to do right now. Okay,
You pretty much have the option of doing something to get yourself arrested or just walking away from it.
pretty much, but I don't. I want to walk away from it. I got it.
Okay.
I'll give him. All right. My name's Victor. Here's my attorney's number.
Are you giving him the real number?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know law or anything, so I'm just. I'll be back with that PI license. Just you wait.
All right, we'll be waiting for you. Kid will be waiting for you down at the station. You can come in and investigate to your heart's content.
Thank you.
You better go get that hand wrapped up.
I'll nod.
Okay, are you walking away at this point?
Yeah, I guess. There's nothing else I could do.
Not too much.
I'm gonna like, walk away and like try to keep an eye on whatever's happening with those officers. 'Cause,
Okay. You wanna try to stealth after them?
Yeah.
Okay. We will jump back to the rest of the party, and then we'll come back for that. So, back at the jazz club, I'm going to drop James in with you. We'll just assume he's been here.
Did I get the officers' names right?
No, they didn't give you their names.
They didn't have it on their badges.
I'm not sure if that's a thing that they did at that time.
I don't think they did that.
We won't worry about it for the moment. We'll look it up later. Like it's not a big deal for you to have it or not.
Of course.
So just so everybody remembers, it is in the mid-afternoon. People are getting ready in this club. It's actually the Lafayette Theater. They have both regular programs and they do have musical entertainment at times. It is in the mid-afternoon, so they're preparing for the show tonight. Millie performs here, so she is familiar with the staff. It is very clear that Rebecca, the reporter, has been here quite a few times because the staff recognizes her and is friendly as well. But as far as the main room here, the auditorium, you're the only people in here at the moment. Connor, you, after pointing the young man out to Victor, saw Victor take him outside, and then they both kind of booked it down the street.
That is a thing that's gonna give me some conflict. What would Connor do in that situation? It's not my job to watch Victor.
He does seem able to handle himself most of the time.
Yeah. Like I am being actively paid to watch after one person here, not more than not everyone.
Absolutely fair. So, Millie has given Birdie information about her husband's investigations, A little bit about the Juju house. The rest of you don't really notice that like, maybe you look up and you glance and you notice that Victor has left, but he does that, so it's up to you whether you consider that to be concerning.
If Millie and Rebecca ain't reacting to it, then I ain't.
Okay.
Also, sorry if I'm a little bit quiet and distracted. Some things are happening from my no longer job, and I may have caught something.
Oh no.
You're keeping... Oh, I see.
I don't
Something
understand.
something may be happening at the place that I'm no longer employed at that I started a couple days before I left,
But if
and that one of my
anything-
coworkers is following up on.
But if there's
No.
anything legal going on, we probably don't want to describe it on.
Yeah, we do not. It is definitely something legal happening.
So,
And it's definitely not getting described.
you are aware that Hilton and several of his friends had formed a sort of neighborhood watch. They had been patrolling on the evenings when people were going missing in Harlem. And it was on one of those patrols that Hilton came across a recent murder. He stumbled upon a scene almost immediately after the murder had taken place. The police found him there with his hands covered in blood because he had been trying to help the victim. According to Millie, they later took his knife from their apartment and claimed that he had it and that that was the murder weapon.
I'll be back.
Okay. And she has confided in you that she is afraid that she is going to be either accused by the cops of being involved or just straight up killed by the people who are doing the murders.
Yeah, normal things.
That and her husband's on death row.
Yes. And she would very much like to have him off of death row.
There ain't an easy solution for this one.
No, there's not.
There's a simple solution for it, but it's not easy.
What is your simple solution here?
Simple solution is to prove that it's cultists doing it and that he's innocent. That ain't easy. It's really simple, but it's not easy at all.
Oh, trust me, I know how to pull this off. I've already started planning. It all depends on what those cops do.
I mean, the really simple thing is say, that really sucks. I'm so sorry. And then, deal with your own problems.
Pull a Zuko and just say, that's tough, man.
Oh, that's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
James, you'll have been in the room this whole time, so you have the broad outlines that I just gave you. If there's anything you want to follow up on, or you can be calling this meeting to a close.
I didn't get I'm trying to remember because I didn't catch. Were they the owner of this place?
No, Millie is an employee. She sings here. in the
Employee.
evenings.
Okay.
Yes.
But do they look more like they're in the wealthier area?
No. This
No,
is
so they definitely couldn't afford a lawyer then.
They took
Really?
up a community collection, and
Yep.
altogether they had enough for the trial and for one appeal. And now the money that their community had donated towards his legal fees is exhausted. Bruni had suggested that possibly getting your lawyer involved, but Millie told her that it is both expensive and unlikely to yield a different result without further information coming to light. So I know you're all thinking, but do you have anything? Do you think there's anything further to gain from this meeting, or do you think you're pretty much ready to call it?
I think the only thing we can do at this
I was
point
gonna
is
say the-
call it.
The knife was taken, right?
Yes,
They-
his knife from the war. She says he never took it with him on patrol because his plan was never to fight anybody, and he also knew that carrying a weapon was going to make it very easy to pin anything on him. But the police acquired it somehow and claimed that it was the murder weapon, that he had it on him that evening.
Quick question.
Mhm.
This is in relation to the boy's knife. Was it just a kitchen utensil, or was it an actual knife?
It was a straight razor.
Okay.
I was about to say, okay. Do we know? I guess my main question I would like to go into is, how do they go into the whole, this is the knife that was used for the murder, and yet there's no blood on the knife?
Well, she said they put blood on the knife.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
catch that then.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Not
guess
to mention, you can't let.
stuff isn't
Now, of course, you
advanced
also
enough where you can tell, this isn't their blood.
you also are going just on her word that he never carried it with him, and that she didn't inspect his pockets when he went out that evening. So she says that he never did it. So this was an established habit. But whether you can know for sure that she's correct or that he didn't change his habit that evening, that's up to you.
Guess there's not really much I can
Yeah.
really go off with this. I think this is pretty much done.
Yeah.
I mean, we have an understanding of the plot a little bit better.
And Rebecca will suggest now, Millie, do you think you could talk Hilton into seeing them? If they had any interest in going to talk to him? Millie's gonna look at you and say, "Well, I don't know. Do you really want to go Sing Sing? Is this just?" I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure how far you're willing to pursue this for me.
think at this moment I'm going to step forward and I'm going to say a friend of ours was murdered.
Yeah, we told her that Hammer died.
They're accusing your husband of being the one who's doing these murders. But yet they're still happening.
Yes, that's...
Something's not right here, and I'm not going to stand by and let this continue. It's not something that me, at least that I believe, my friends would just stand by and let slide.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't know what all we can do, but we can try something. Best I can say is you get yourself someplace safe and keep friends with you at all times.
You know, Mr. Reed, you somehow remind me of my Hilton. I appreciate that.
I appreciate the compliment.
I'll talk to Hilton. I suppose I'll talk to that warden and see if I convince them to let you have an interview with him.
I think all of us would appreciate that.
And I know I was a little chilly earlier. I do appreciate you're all looking into this. I mean, after his friends turned away from him, I'm afraid I pretty much gave up hope that anybody would be willing to help. Rebecca's been here all the time, but... Well, it's nice that there are good folks in the world.
Well, I don't know about good, but we certainly try. Speaking of Hilton's friends, would you mind terribly if we try to talk to them as well?
I don't have much use for them myself, but it's possible. I told you he didn't really let me in on what their investigations turned up. So it's possible they know something I don't. Yes, a lot of times after work they're down at Teddy's Saloon.
All right.
There's Needham Johnson, Douglas Fells, Art Mills, and Jackie Wallace. They were all in the war, but not together. They didn't meet each other till they came back here.
All right.
She'll, if there's nothing else to be said, she will thank you all and then go get ready for her time on stage.
I'm gonna offer her a hug before we leave. The woman needs a hug.
Yeah, you will feel her settle into it. She is very emotionally strong, and you don't you hear maybe a slight sniffle, but she doesn't crack.
Mm.
She heads off to work.
All right.
Rebecca's going to say, "Now, I've been to see Hilton a few times myself. Would you like me to go with you and maybe put an extra word in for you on the good side?"
I think in any case it'd be good to have anybody who he would trust around.
All right. And I will plan on making a trip up there in the near future. You have given me your lawyer's contact, Ms. LaRue. So I will make any future arrangements through him.
All right. It's been lovely talking with you. Thank you for arranging this meeting.
And you can all head out into the afternoon and wonder what Victor's up to.
Wonder where he went.
Victor, you are going to be trying to follow after the cops. That is going to be a stealth check. Do you think... Well, you're following after a couple of cops who have a suspect in their custody, but it is a crowded street, so I'm going to say that any dice, any advantage or disadvantage would cancel each other out, and you can just make a straight roll on it. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you trail after them for a few blocks. They keep the young man between them. He is handcuffed with his hands behind his back as they go. But after a few blocks, you see the police looking around, and you lean up against the wall, pull out a newspaper or something.
My pocket newspaper.
And they head down an alley with him instead of towards a precinct station.
Oh, I'm gonna have to... Okay. Alright.
I'm going to assume that you head down and try to peek around the alleyway and listen to what's going on. So they're going to... Do you want to look and increase the chances of detection, or do you want to just stand there and listen? You can make a decision
I'll just
later.
listen.
Okay.
I'll listen.
Yeah. So they're saying... You hear the cop that was giving you a hard time talking to the kid and saying, now why are you going and getting yourself mixed up with trouble like that? And he says, that guy and some of his friends were off talking to Millie Adams. Now, you know I'm watching, seeing who goes and talks to her. I don't know what kind of trouble they're looking for, but... And the cop asks for a description of your friends, which he receives. And he says, "No, I don't want to have any more of this trouble in broad daylight. There's only so much that we can handle. If you would split yourself open or cut him down on the street, we'd have to run you in." There's a bit more back and forth like that, with the kid getting a little more argumentative and the cops clearly implicating themselves. And then you hear the clink of handcuffs, and you hear footsteps headed your way. So they're coming back out of the alley.
This is still broad daylight, right? Midday.
Yeah, it's mid-afternoon. It's not dark like the map.
How many people are in the street?
It's still a busy area. You're outside of the entertainment district at this point, but there's still people walking around. Maybe not huge crowds like there had been earlier.
Oh, God.
You're having a real hard time deciding here.
Yes, my choices right now. Tie up a loose end that I need to get rid of real quick, and they know my name. They have contact information.
Yeah, well, your lawyer's contact information.
You were gonna ask a question?
You did give them your whole name, didn't you?
I just gave him. Victor. That was
Okay.
it.
Okay. So whatever you decide, they are coming quick, and when you tell me what your response is going to be, that's what we'll call it. If you're going to try to start a confrontation, we'll begin next week with a confrontation. If you just book it, we will start next week with you talking to your friends about what happened.
You know what? Ooh, I'm gonna need some time to think about that because like this is very big decision right now.
Okay, so we're going to end this week with the footsteps echoing down the alley in your direction.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the best.
That's fair. Well, it was a very short session, and it was mostly focused on Travis's shenanigans, but that's some action that we haven't had for a little while.
Yeah.
Thank you all for playing.
Yeah, it's always
It's
fun.
always a pleasure. It's always fun.
Does anybody have anything they want to say before we say goodnight?
Remember to donate to your local charities, folks.
Drink
And
water.
have a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stuff yourself silly with lots of food. Enjoy time with friends and family.
Good night.
Adios.